Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today it is a very different video for you guys. It is something that I've never talked about before in my channel. So first and foremost, mom and dad, if you guys are watching this, please click out. This video is not for you guys. Okay, so the topic at hand is SEXSOMNIA. And SEXSOMNIA is also described as sleep sex. Now, this is something that I started to look into recently because this is something that I've experienced with my partner. So, long story short, this is not the first time that I experienced it, and the most recent time that I experienced it was just a few nights ago, and it was very surreal. You truly believe that you're sleeping, and then all of a sudden, you know, something will jar you awake, and you're confused, you don't understand what's happening. It's kind of scary, to be honest, and I'm very thankful that this happened with my partner, who I've been with for almost 4 years, and somebody that I love and care about, so I don't feel ashamed in that way. But this can be a super tough subject to talk about with other people, especially if it's happened to them with somebody that they're not seeing currently, or somebody that they don't feel comfortable with. It could be described as something that is forceful from one person, the person that is sleeping, to the person that is not. It wasn't necessarily like that in my case. I am very thankful that I have a boyfriend who is always ready to go no matter what the hour. So it is very much a hard subject to study, and this is why I wanted to put this information out on the internet, because it's not super common to talk about. Actually, I've never heard anyone talk about it. I didn't even know it was a thing until I looked it up, and I didn't even realize what was happening in the moment. You know, whenever I woke up and we were kind of in the middle, and I was like, what is going on? Like, we were sleeping, I'm confused. And he's like, yeah, I'm confused too. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, you started to touch me. And I guess to him, I was awake, so he just kept going, and he was happy to keep going with everything. But for me, I was fully asleep. Like, I don't remember majority of it. I remember when I woke up, and even when I woke up, it was one of those surreal moments, like in a dream. Like, you woke up, you're in a dream, you're kind of like, is this real? Is this a dream? I'm not really sure. So my experience has been kind of all over the place, because again, the first time this happened, I didn't even know it was a thing. Like, I thought that my boyfriend started it last time. I was convinced that he started it last time, and you know, the last time this happened, and I was like confused, like, why did you wake me up? What's going on? He's like, I don't know, like, I thought that's what you wanted. And I'm like, I don't understand. So I started to do some research, and I found out that SEXSOMNIA is not common, at least officially. So there's not a lot of studies that have been done to understand it better, but they do know that because it's a parasomnia is like sleepwalking and sleep talking, and even things like sleep driving. There are things like that. Obviously very dangerous, but I have had parasomnia my whole life. I have always slept walk and slept talk my whole entire life. Since I was a child, I was sleepwalking very young. The sleepwalking stopped once I got to be like a teen, maybe a little bit older. I think once I started to maybe move around a little bit more. Like, when I say move around, I mean like go to college and things like that, because once I got a little bit older, I was just maybe not familiar with my environment, because I was constantly going to different places and, you know, staying at friends' houses, and because I wasn't familiar with my environment, maybe I didn't subconsciously feel comfortable to sleepwalk. I really don't know the logistics behind it. I'm just assuming. but I've always slept talk. Like my whole life, I'm still a sleep talker. I'll have full-on conversations in my sleep. My boyfriend is so confused all the time. He's like, are you awake? Are you sleeping? Like, it's a thing. So because I've always had these forms of parasomnia, I'm pretty sure that it's me who initiated the SEXSOMNIA, sorry. So either way, it's a super interesting subject to think about and to talk about, because again, the only way that they can study this is if they're taking individuals and putting them in kind of like a sleep, what do they call those places? Like a sleep place? Guys, I'm totally blanking, but you know the places where they study sleep? So kind of something like that, and then you need to be hooked up to machines and all these things, and it's kind of hard to have your mind and body go there when you don't feel, you know, at ease. And I think that the reason that for me it's coming out more is because I have been with my boyfriend for almost 4 years, and I've slept with him in the same bed for almost 2 years straight, and it's kind of normal for us now, and I feel comfortable. And I think when I feel comfortable, these parasomnias start to happen more. So it's super interesting. There has been only a few studies done on SEXSOMNIA, sorry, and the studies have shown that it's more prevalent in males. Okay, now there is no correlation between being sexually frustrated and having sexsomnia. There is no correlation between that. It's not like, oh, you really want to have sex, so you just have it in your sleep. It doesn't happen like that. But it is classified as not only sex, but also as masturbation, as sexual talk, and anything sexual that you're doing in your sleep. So this is super uncomfortable when you realize, like, okay, this is happening now. How do I get it to stop happening? I don't really know. I don't really have an answer for you, but I do know that for me, it doesn't happen all the time, okay? But it has happened a few times in the last 2 years, and I don't know if there's really any correlation between what I've been doing and when it happened. But I do want to say that I probably was thinking about sex more when it did happen. So there are times where, you know, I'm not thinking about sex at all. It's just not one of those times. You know, you have your moments in a relationship and you're kind of just not in that mindset. And I was thinking about it quite often recently, and then this whole episode happened. So I guess there's a correlation between that. I'm super interested to kind of see if it happens again and see if I can study it a little bit more, because again, it's not like there's that much information out there on it. But I wanted to put my story out there because when I found out that this happened to me, I wanted to do research. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to understand what was going on. And there's really not a lot of information out there. So it was a little bit, I don't want to say disheartening, but a little bit like a dead end. And I felt kind of like, okay, where do I go next? And I really just wanted to put this information out there for people so they know that they're not alone. And I would love to hear everyone else's experiences in the comments, because I feel like the only real way to learn more about it is to have these real life experiences and have people talk about them. So again, it's very difficult to do studies on SEXSOMNIA because you need to be in this controlled environment, and it doesn't always happen in a controlled environment, so it's very difficult to study. But if you have people that are always putting out their experiences, maybe we can kind of draw conclusions from there. So that's the real reason that I wanted to put this out there. But I'd really love to hear your experience, and if this has ever happened to you, what had happened, and so on and so forth. You know, as much detail as you feel comfortable giving. But I just want to put this out there for people so they can kind of have this as a reference point. And yeah, if you feel inclined to share your experience and to comment down below, I will be forever grateful. I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone out there that's experiencing this would be very grateful. And yeah, I hope that we can kind of start a community here of SEXSOMNIA people who don't really understand what's going on whenever they go to sleep, but we are trying to figure it out in the process. So if you guys like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos like it, because I will be talking about sex more on this channel. Obviously, educational things only. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!